All right, here's part two, y'all. I didn't realize that Screencast-O-Matic has a 15-minute recording limit, and so I hit 15 minutes and it's like, your recording has ended. I actually don't know where it cut off, so I was mostly just storytelling for a lot of that, because I felt like kind of talking about what happened that day was just important to my project. But I am going to actually just jump right into some of the things that I learned. So I already covered the goal. The steps of this project were actually pretty easy. Most of what it involved was like emailing. I emailed everybody sometime around October 1st, I think, to gauge interest, and then try to get people to sign up to participate. I sent another email reminder a couple weeks after that and got some additional participation. And then every department was kind of on their own as far as planning what their theme was going to be. And our department, we had our theme identified pretty early on. So most of the planning around our theme, I actually allowed other people to take leadership there. So when I looked at my SLPI, one of the things that I scored lower on was to enable others to act, and particular, providing opportunities for others to take leadership. I'm one of those people that kind of jumps in and just takes everything over a lot of the times, and that's actually not the kind of leader that I really want to be. I want to enable others to act, like others have enabled me to act. So this project was a lot of that. I really felt like I did a good job enabling my team to kind of take our theme and run with it. Obviously they couldn't take on the whole project because that would kind of have defeated the purpose of me using this as my personal leadership project. But when it came to the theme, I really tried to make sure that everyone was involved and that everybody had a leadership piece. And so I felt like I really excelled there for that particular thing. Let's see. Next, as far as like the plan of action, the week of was really the busiest time for me, which was unfortunate because October is also my busiest advising season. So that was kind of difficult. But yeah, so, I had to create rubrics. A lot of that stuff I did on my own. I probably should have delegated it, but I felt bad since it was so last minute. And so I created all the rubrics. I gathered all the judges together and make sure that they were ready to go and that they knew what they were doing. The rubrics were really cute. I wish I had a picture of them because they were all Halloween decorated. They had like a little spider up in the corner that was hanging from a web. Anyways, they, the other challenging part was like participating in the event, but also trying to lead the event. So I was running around with judges a lot and then had to like run back downstairs so I could get ready for our judging. And that was, I don't know that I would do that again. That was a little bit difficult. I think next time I would either maybe not participate in my department stuff or try to streamline it so it was a little bit easier and the judges knew what they were doing way ahead of time. So that was one of the things that I felt like I really could have improved on. One of the other things in my SLPI that I scored low on was modeling the way. And in that particular one, the thing I chose to work on was modeling my values, and kind of talking about my values and then following through on them. So throughout this whole process, I was very, very transparent with not only my team and myself and my boss, but also with the college and the participating departments about why I was doing this. I made it very clear that I wanted to do this to have fun as a college, to increase camaraderie. I definitely talked about my goals, and I also talked about my personal values as far as like, one of the things that means a lot to me is enjoying the place that I work. I mean, I spend at least 40 hours there sometimes, if not more. And I want it to be a place that I want to be. And I want it to be a place that other people want to be. So that's something that's really important to me. And I felt like, for the most part, I did a really good job of conveying why I was doing this Halloween costume contest, as well as what it meant to me and what I felt like it could mean for the college. Lastly, the other thing that I wasn't intending to work on, but actually wound up having to work on the fly, was part of Challenge the Process. And that was when things don't go as expected, what can we learn? And a lot of that, I mean, what happened the week of the Halloween contest, there was no way that we could have identified that that was something that was going to happen. And it was very much a learning process for me as far as like, well, what do I do? What do you do when a tragic accident like that happens? And you have to reevaluate your whole mission and purpose and values to the, is it even still relevant? Is it something we should even continue to do? And that really put into the forefront the learning piece from what did I learn from when this didn't go as planned? What would I do differently in the future? And I think I really wouldn't do anything different in the future. I talked to several people, probably about 3 different people that were in leadership positions higher than mine, about what to do in this particular scenario. I really bounced it off of them. I felt good about the actions that I took, and I felt good about the end result. And then I actually forgot one, I think, in challenging the process. And that was breaking down projects into smaller pieces. That was the area that I scored lowest in that particular category. And I rated myself lowest on that. And I think others rated me pretty low on that too. I have a problem breaking up things into smaller pieces. I do that on my own as well. Like, I always look at a project and I'm like, oh, this is huge. How am I ever going to do all this? And so that was something I really tried to do with this event. I broke it out into smaller pieces, both for myself, and I set calendar appointments for those. So that way I would make sure to email people and have my judges identified. And then the rubrics, I forgot about them. So I did them the morning of the event. That was a learning lesson for me. But I also broke down the project for my team as far as like the theme. We had a general theme as to where we wanted to go. And I kind of created a spreadsheet that they could use as a guideline, but then let them loose. So I broke it down into littler pieces for them. Like, we identify the theme, which we did, and then we identify what we need to have to make the theme coherent. And then I also identified a list of items that we'll need to purchase ahead of time, as well as, we're going to have to decorate the office and we're going to need to do this. So I kind of outlined all of the major steps and then allowed people to contribute feedback as to what they thought would be the smaller pieces within those steps, and then allowed them to take charge and kind of move forward through that. The end result, like I said at the beginning of my slides, was really positive. Everybody enjoyed it. And at this point, I think I have covered everything I need to, and then some, according to the rubric. And I am like 8 minutes over. So thank you so much for listening. This was a very long presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. This project was super fun, and I can't wait to do our Ugly Sweater Christmas party in, I think, next week. Thank you very much.